2025 is almost here, and we are here to bid adieu to 2024.
पहली फुर्सत में निकल.
Personally, I didn't have much expectations from the year 2024. It was all about surviving and manifesting to enter 2025 with a heart full of hope. Hope that here at the pamphlet will keep debunking lies against our nation. And hope that you'll keep showering your love at us as always.
Thanks. Love you.
However, the year 2024 wasn't all bad. In fact, it was pretty interesting for world politics and kinda important as well. If I summarize the 2024 election year, it would be just like
सच्चाई छुपाई गई, अफवाह उड़ाई गई, बात कुछ और थी, बताई कुछ और गई.
See, the illusion of perception is everything. More than 50 countries, which encompasses more than 50% of the world population, including India, faced General Assembly elections this year. This year, functional democracies were disrupted, yet media outlets hailed it as a progressive student protest. Leaders who value democratic practices were portrayed as autocratic, be it India or US or even Bangladesh. The illusion of perception was that these countries were facing a right problem and democracy was being murdered. However, battles were fought, some won and some lost. We'll start this trip around the world, country and subcontinent wise, rather than going monthly, which would spare you and me some time and confusion. Starting with my beloved India, where elections started on April 19th and ended on the 1st of June. Many tried to portray that incumbent Prime Minister Narendra Modi might lose the elections, while some showed him returning with more than 350 seats. However, the BJP became the single largest party with 240 seats and was forced into a coalition government. Defying all odds, Narendra Modi returned to power for the third consecutive term. In a country of 1.5 billion people, this is no mean feat. This wasn't the only election in the Indian subcontinent that changed the discourse. Like a black spot in democracies in the world, Bangladesh completely erupted this year. Parliamentary elections were held in our neighboring country on 7th of January, where Sheikh Hasina, the incumbent Prime Minister from Awami League, secured her fourth consecutive term. However, masquerading as student protest, what seems to be a radical front forced Sheikh Hasina to resign and an interim government headed by Mohammad Yunus as the chief advisor was established. What's concerning is that the world has turned a blind eye to the atrocities committed against minorities, especially Hindus in Bangladesh. A democratically elected government is toppled and the world watches silently as puppets are brought in to establish so-called democracy. This is the very particular illusion of perception I was talking about earlier. An illusion is being created while the reality is completely different. Mainstream media plays a crucial role in continuing this illusion. Like the economy of Bangladesh under Yunus is crumbling, but is being portrayed as a country with a higher happiness index and a blooming economy. To people who write these indexes, I just want to ask,
कौन है ये लोग? कहां से आते हैं?
Pakistan also had elections this year in February, but in a parody country like Pakistan, which focuses more on the dream of destroying India than wanting to feed its own people, things have not quite changed, especially when corrupt army officials are the ones taking the final call. The whole hullabaloo isn't worth getting into. Let's just say that Pakistani army has Shehbaz Sharif as their prime minister. Another neighbor of ours saw a Marxist communist revival as Disankhya defeated prominent names including incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe in Sri Lanka. The elections were held on 21st of September and the anti-incumbency worked in his favor. Moving on from the Indian subcontinent, the world also saw a significant election year. Europe and the United States were like the RRR, that is the rise and return of right-wing populism. The illusion of perception applies here as well. In the United States of America, the incumbent Democrat Party lost the elections to Republican Donald Trump as he returned like a falcon rising from ashes. The illusion was created against Trump as Hollywood rallied in favor of Kamala Harris. Trump was shot at and portrayed as the devil, and liberals cried their eyes out as he made a landslide victory. This was seen as a return of right-wing populism in the West as Trump waved his Make America Great Again poster. Along with this, the rise of the right wing or return was also seen in the European nations. We have cleared this right-left wing earlier as well. Most of people are either right-leaning, which is more traditional, or left-leaning, which is more liberal. Anyone who says that they're centrist is just kidding you and themselves. However, the idea of what a right wing should be differs from nation to nation. For many, the basic meaning of right-wing is nationalism, such as in India. In other countries, they draw the idea from religious aspects as well as nationalism. For example, Russia's right wing, not there would be anything under President Putin, who, by the way, also retained his power this year. Their right wing mostly follows Orthodox Christianity, while in America they are more Protestant or Catholic. The reason I talk about the right wing so much is because it was the talk of the European parliamentary elections. While they did not gain much power, they made a significant impact. In France, right-wing populist party National Rally Marine Le Pen gained significance in the country. However, earlier in December, National Rally, along with New Popular Front coalition of left-leaning parties, voted together to oust conservative Michel Barnier. Currently, Emmanuel Macron is heading the country. However, he will soon be naming a new French Prime Minister. Countries like Austria, Romania, Portugal saw right-wing rising in the year 2024, while in 2023 the Netherlands and 2022 Italy voted right-wing parties to power. As we said, battles fought, some won, some lost. For example, the only thing the UK is changing faster than its democracy is their prime ministers. So much immigration changing demography, the only difference is that it is the sixth largest economy in the world, with some whiteys left in the country. On 4th of July, elections were held in the United Kingdom, where the Labour Party brought an end to 14 years of Conservative Party rule. Labour Party secured over 400 of the 650 parliamentary seats, becoming their largest majority in decades, with Keir Starmer as their Prime Minister. Amidst this chaos, Japan's Liberal Democratic Party also saw a political gamble after a long time. Now leads a bit unstable government under Prime Minister Ishiba. Globally, one of the major reasons why we saw the rise and return of right-wing nationalism is because of the rising problems of legal and illegal immigrants. Europe or America, both are facing this major problem. People who opened their doors for refugees with open arms are now being harassed on a daily basis, as their safety and resources are being overwhelmed by mostly Arab descent refugees. Similarly, one of the main issues in Indian politics was also Bangladeshi illegal immigrants, and how allegations flung that opposition was systematically settling them by giving voter IDs. Another issue currently in the world politics, which 2024 saw at its peaks, was anti-incumbency against the government, especially American or European, because of food rates. Videos flooded the internet by people claiming their entire paycheck goes into grocery shopping, making rent became a flex. Streets are no longer safe, and schools became a joke. A drag queens twerk their way through the classrooms. While the mainstream media will create an illusion of democracy failure, what do you think? Did democracy fail in the year 2024? Did it die, bleeding from thousands cuts with every illegal immigrant taking up space and resources? Democracy fails every time someone tries to scuffle your voice. Every time someone tries to portray truth as something else. Every time someone tries to dominate you in your home country. 2024 was sure interesting politically and democratically. Some battles won, some lost. What are your thoughts? Do comment below, and happy Gregorian New Year from Team Pamphlet.